Morning, Lisa. They play at 2:00, but the team they play against won't beat the team they won 16-0 or 19-1 by 1. So it won't be a. So hopefully tomorrow they'll have some tough games. It's a tournament. So tomorrow today's the last day of the pool play. So they play the 1, and then tomorrow they'll play like at 10 and 2 or something. So they'll be over by. They'll be playing about the time we get done tomorrow. So we were talking about going down, but it's like, they'll be done by the time we get done. So we'll just head home when we get done here. What? Yeah, we'll head home tomorrow. Sorry about that. Forgot my mic was on when I was talking to Lisa there. So talking about my other granddaughter's game there that they're playing in the tournament in Phoenix. Yeah, but they don't know where I live. But getting ready for Dakota Wesleyan against Viterbo here in Tucson. We played Viterbo earlier in the season, I believe, and we beat them. But it was a pretty close game if I remember right. So we'll have a game here, and then we play Maysville State at 12, and then JV plays at 2:30. Sorry about that. Forgot to. So Bruce, where do you get all your long sleeve shirt? Your
These are at Shields. You guys have a Shields store?
no, we don't.
Yeah, I got several different, but they're pretty comfortable.
Just
I haven't put sunscreen on yet.
Yeah, just because my arms get sunburned so easy. I do. But it seems like they still get burned. I'm just white. So next time I come to South Dakota, I'll have to stop, get some.
Yeah, they're all kind of like fishing shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we went to the one in Sioux Falls last time I was up there. Yeah, we don't have any here yet. Cabela's here. It's not done yet, but yeah, they got a couple in Phoenix, but they're just building one here. Saw it on the way in that it's under construction. Okay, should be able to see it in just a few minutes, sis. What's that? All right, you'll probably hear me talking, but that's all right. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties with the internet. We're trying to get it figured out here. All right. Thank you, love. Okay, bye. All right, looks like we're in action now. So back in action here, 2-0. Viterbo up to bat, one out, as I believe the ball was hit to Ariola, who made the play at first. Let me go to game changer. Like I said, we're trying to get this straightened out here, and I think we got it working now. Nottingham pitching for the Tigers. Here at the bottom of the first, 2-0 for the Tigers. 1-1 to count, one out. Little half swing foul by Roos. Foul ball by Roos again. Out of play. 1-2 the count. So we have, it looks like Draper at first today. Feeser at second. Johnson at third. Blog behind the plate with Ariola at short. With Moore, Lopez, and Cirkin in the outfield. Little blop fly to center field. Cassidy's there to pick that one off. So 2 outs. Down just a little low on that first pitch to number 30. Anderson. Strike one, 1-1 Anderson. Foul back. 1-2. The count with 2 outs here. Nobody on base for Viterbo. Tigers ahead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Another foul back. Out of play. Another foul, out of play, so Anderson up there battling. Tomorrow will be our last day here in Tucson, as the Tigers will play again tomorrow at 10-2. Sorry, 10-12. High, 2-2 the count. Foul ball off her foot. Comes up limping. Sorry, internet issues this morning for some reason. Won't stay connected. So right now, after one complete inning, 2-0, as I don't even know how we got out of the inning, as I was trying to fix the internet there, but let me go into Game Changer and try to figure that out, how we got out of that inning. So 2-0 as we head into the second. Pop out. Martin popped out to Madeline at pitch for the third out of that inning. Dusty Draper and then Jordan Blogg will be our first 2 batters here in the top of the second. Dusty sends one foul. Strike one. Strike 2. All right, I'm going to just hold it here for a minute. 2-0 here with 2 outs in the top of the second as Dusty grounded out. Blog got a single, and then Lopez hit into fielder's choice. Chirk up to bat. See if it'll stay connected this time. I know right now all you're seeing is a screen just because of the way it's going. I don't want to reach up every time I do it and take it off. So 2-0 still. We'll see if it stays connected this time. Some reason internet's bad this morning. Strike 2 and safe as Lopez goes in a second with the steal. 0-2 the count to Churka. With Lopez at second. Little grounder to short and bobbles it and safe at first. And Lopez able to move on to third with TVA up to bat. Ball 1, low to JC. And Churka goes to second on the play, no throw. So 2 out, 2 on. If this continues to work, I'll put it back on the fence, but ball 2, high to JC. Seems like every time I put it back on the fence, it goes out. So I'm going to hold it for a second, make sure it works. Foul ball, T-Bay back to the screen. 2 balls, 1 strike. Line drive, let's see if it's fair. It's, foul. Foul by a couple inches is also 2-2 the count, as that one looked really promising. So 2 outs, 2 on, 2-2 count. So sorry, 1-2 count to JC. 2-2. They just didn't have it on the board. It's 2-2. Line shot in the gap. So off shortstop's glove, but in the gap for a single. Brings on Lopez, 3-0. With Churka at third and JC at first. Ariola coming up to bat. Looks like we're going to have possibly a pitcher change here. Like I said, I'm holding this in the shade for a minute, see if that works a little better. I know the pitcher's not great, but at least you can hear what's going on. And if it continues to work, I'll put it back on the fence. I don't know if the sun beating down on it or what's affecting it this morning. So no pitching change, just a conference on the mound. Anna up to bat with runners on the corners, 2 outs. High ball 1. JC goes to second and looks like she's going to be tagged out. On the, I was hoping they'd be able to run down long enough for Churk to come home. That was not the case, so 3 outs on the base path. So after 1.5 innings, 3-0, I'll put this back on the fence and let's keep our fingers crossed that it stays connected. Ouch. All right, 3-0, but and in the bottom of the second. Madeline still on the mound, log behind the plate. Number 12, Carter, hitting for Viterbo. First pitch low and in the dirt. Smashed by Carter into left field for a single as that finds the 5-6 gap. Ball low to Watson with Carter at first. Strike on the outside corner. Just a little outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Watson batting with Carter at first base for Viterbo. Foul ball, down in the dirt, 2-2. Shot back to little driller to pitch. Madeline overthrows first base down the line, so we'll have runners at second and third now with no outs. As that throw from Madeline to Dusty was a little high. Went off the top of Dusty's glove for an error. So now 2 on, no outs. Brings up Denton. Strike out inside corner. Madeline did a good job yesterday in that first game, getting out of trouble a couple times, bases loaded, 1 out or less, and she's able to get out of it. Let's see if she can do the same thing here. As an error, he has 2 on here. Little chopper to short. Play at home and safe. Safe at home. And going to. All right, looks like we're back in action again. Score right now is 3-2. That's 2 runs that came in for Viterbo. Just still 1 out, runner on third. Foul back by number 4, who is Nortman for Viterbo. Viterbo still has a runner at third. I don't know if the sun's hitting it. It seems like it get out of the sun for a second and it starts working, so we'll just hold it again. If that works, just have to find something to put over. Of course, by the next game, the sun will be on the back side, so it shouldn't be a problem. We hope. So Madeline's still pitching. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nortman. Strike 3 as Madeline strikes out Nortman. Runner still on third. Brings up number 15, Clark. Clark at bat. First pitch strike to Clark. Sorry, we're not seeing a whole bunch with that in the way, but it seems like every time I put on the fence, we have problems. Hold it for a minute again. Strike 2. Looks like had a curve ball there. Little spin on that ball that time. So 0-2 to Clark with runner at third. Score still 3-2 for Dakota Westland. Outside. Try to get Clark to chase one outside. She didn't bite. Foul ball back, 1-2. Little pop fly. Ariel underneath it for the third out. Viterbo do get 2 runs there on an error and a couple of hits. And a fielder's choice, so 3-2 after 2 complete. Yeah, it must have something to do with the sun because it seems like I hold it in the shade, the camera, and no problem. So between games, I'm gonna have to figure out something to put over top of it, something wet or something to keep it cool. Hopefully we can figure something out to help it here. Sorry for the poor quality, but I don't dare put it back on the fence. Maybe in a little bit when the sun, another 10, 15 minutes when the sun's not hitting the front of it, I might be able to put it back up. Or when my hands get tired of whichever comes first. Ariel up to bat. Here's top of the third. Line shot and foul. but gone. Had to wait just a millisecond more than that. That would have been over the fence for a home run, but just foul by a couple of feet. So just a loud strike to Ariola. Outside. We're trying to stay away from that middle of the plate after that hit. Outside as well and slow. So 2-1. Ball 3 in the dirt. So being careful with Ariola after that first one was fair but gone. I mean foul but gone. So count goes to 3-1. So in the gap, be a double for Ariola as she stands into second. So after 3-1 count, got her another one to drive. She did into center, to left center for a no out double. Brings up more. And we do have a pitching change here for Viterbo. So number 00 pitching for Viterbo. That would be Watson. No outs here in the top of the third with more up to bat. So more at bat, little bunt and foul. Looks like the pinch runner is Napola. Will pinch run for Ariola at second base. Macy lays off a high pitch, 1-1. Ball 2 also high. Ball 3, as that one misses low, 3-1 to Macy. Macy fouls that one straight back. Count goes full to Moore. Moore with a shot over the left fielder's fence. That'll be a ground rule double as the ball hops the fence for a ground rule double by Macy. Napola will score, so 4-2. Still no outs. Brings up Johnson. So 4-2. Strike one to Johnson, down around the knees. High. Macy will go back to second. Inside. Ball 2, 2-1. Coach Ozzie talks with Ashland, breaking the action. As you can see down here in Tucson, a cloudless day today. It's supposed to be about 87, so a little bit warm, especially for us Highlanders. See, even though I'm from Arizona, I live about 5 hours from Tucson, up in the mountains where it's 7,000 feet. So there it's about 52 degrees today instead of 87. Ball 3, 3-1. As Watson's missed with the last 3. Ashton will be sitting on one pitch here. Ashton hits one down, another double down the left field line and to the fence. So Ashton also in with a double, so 5-2 as Moore comes in to score on that double by Johnson. Able to get those 2 runs back they gave up in the bottom of the second. Blog up to bat. Still no outs. Has 3 consecutive doubles to lead off the third for D-Dub. Strike one as, sorry, Feeser up to bat. Sorry, I thought it was blocked. 6s and 9s. So Ellie Feeser up to bat. Strike one. Feeser fouls it back to the screen. 0-2 to Ellie. High ball 1. There we go. Got that out of the way. Strike 3 swinging as Feeser tips that off, but catcher able to hang on to it for the first out. Still got Johnson at second. Strike 1, and Johnson goes into third with a stolen base as Dusty swings through that one. High, 1-1. Strike down the middle of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Draper. Strike 3. Dusty watches one go by on the inside half of the plate. 2 strikeouts. Brings up Blog. Jordan's been hitting well of late. I think 4 for 4 the last 4 at bats. See if she can continue her hot streak. Strike on the outside part. 0-1. Ashton still at third. 5-2 the score. And Blog's hit by the pitch. Walked down to first. And that was a changeup, so nothing hurt there, as that was a slow pitch. Brings up Lopez. 2 outs, 2 on. Here in the top of the third. Lopez hits one to straightaway center, but center field's able to clear that for the 3rd out. So Tigers able to get 2 runs, leaves 2 on, and score after 2.5, 5-2. Yeah, you're going to see my leg for a minute as I put it down. I don't know if I dare put it back up on the fence. Every time I put it on the fence, we have problems. I'm wondering if I can get something to put over it at the fence. So we're going to work on that here between the games, so it'll be covered as it's on the fence. Let me see if that will work. So if all you got is black, it's all right. I'm just trying to do some work here. All right, that didn't work. Number 10 up to bat for Viterbo. Squares around a bunts, misses, strike 1, as Manlin's still on the mound. Just a minute, I'll get the camera back up where you can see. All right, 1-1 the count. Sorry about that. Thought maybe I'd get a little closer where it's in the shade at the fence, but unable to do that. So I'm going to hold it, try to just continue to hold it if it's working. Change up right to Johnson. Johnson with a strong throw to first for the out. So 1 up, 1 out. Here at the bottom of the 3rd. Brings up Anderson. Dave Anderson at bat. First pitch outside, ball 1. Ball 2, outside and low. As Manlin came with the change up there. Little fly. Ariola's got it at shortstop. She just had to take a few steps to the left for the out. So 2 quick outs. So 0-2. To Motrin. Outside. Ball 1. 2-1. Sorry, Martin up the bat. Jordan goes out to talk to her pitcher. I think the equipment just doesn't like the heat beating down on it. So I've got it underneath the umbrella with me, so hopefully it works. I'm sorry about the shaking, but at least it's working, right? So we'll try to keep it as steady as possible. Between games, we'll try to figure out some way we can put it where maybe we have a cover over it so the sun is not hitting on it at all, and maybe that will work. So bottom of the third here, 5-2, 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Martin. Strike 3. Sorry, strike 2. I was off 1. I guess I was hoping it was 3. So 1-2 now. Manlin still pitching for D-Dub. Foul straight back to the screen. High, 2-2. Three and 2s. That one missed just a little low. So Martin able to work the count full. Line shot just past Ariola's outstretched glove for a single into left field by Martin. Brings up Carter. Carter up with 2 on, 1 on, 2 outs. Ball in the dirt, 1-0. Shot past the diving Johnson for another single in the left field. So 2 on now with 2 outs. Watson up to bat. Strike one, looking to Watson. Strike two, outside corner. Manlin quickly had 2-0. Sorry, 0-2. Chopper to second base, picked up by Feaser over to Draper for the third out. So 2 hits, no runs for Viterbo. So after 3 complete, 5-2 for your Tigers. I'm going to put this on my leg again. So if you're seeing black, it's okay. All right, back in action here in the fourth with Chirk up to bat, and then T-Bay, and then Ariola. First pitch to Chirka, ball low in the dirt. Tigers ahead 5-2 here. We start the fourth inning. Strike on the outside part, 1-1. Chirka fouls that one off, third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outside, 2-2 the count. Chirka hits one to third base. One hopper, third baseman picks it up and throws Chirka out. So it brings up T-Bay with 1 out. JC got a hit and scored that last inning. high fly, but it looks like it's drifting foul off the top of the fence. 0-1. High ball 1-1. One to T-Bay. Strike down the middle. 1 ball, 2 strikes to J. 1 out here in the 4th. Watson pitching. High 2-2. Again, sorry about the screen in the way, but it seems like every time I put it on the fence, the internet goes out, so I'm holding it. Between innings, I'll try to put it back up, see if it continues to work this time. Ball 3, JC works the count full. Ball 4, JC works a walk. Brings up Ariola. With run on first, just 1 out. Strike down the middle. Strike 1. Strike 2 as she chases a changeup way out in front of that pitch. High, 1-2. Now strike 3 on another changeup. Ariola again out in front for a strikeout. Brings up more now with 2 outs. JC still at first base. Ball high. Throw to first, make sure JC's awake, which he was. Back in plenty of time. Strike on the inside part of the plate, 1-1 to Macy. Macy with a fly ball, but foul down the left field line. Count remains 1-2. 2 outs with JC at first. D-Dub trying to add on the lead here in the 4th, leading 5-2. High, 2-2. Strike 3 as Macy chases an outside pitch for the 3rd out. So no runs on 1 walk, 1 left for the Tigers. So after 3.5, 5-2, the score remains 3 up for your Tigers. This will go back down, and when the inning starts, I'll put it on on the fence, see if we can get it to work now. Sun's changed a little bit, so hopefully it's not shining quite so much right on the screen where maybe he'll continue to run and won't have to take it off and hold it. We'll see. That would be great.
You want water or Gatorade or what?
Just water would be great. All right, we're putting it on the fence. We're going to try it again. First pitch is outside. With Denton batting, Manlin still pitching here in the bottom of the fourth. High, ball 2. As Joe tells her to relax just a little bit. Strike on the changeup. Thank you so much. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Denton. Little pop fly behind second base and falls in. Just right in the hole there, right between the second baseman and the right fielder where neither one of them get to. So Denton's on with the single. Maris up to bat. Little high ball 1 to Maris with Denton on first. Ball 2 in the dirt. Manlin comes up a little short on the changeup. Strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Denton still at first. Strike on knee-high fastball, 2-2. Manlin's able to even the count up at 2s. Still no out here in the bottom of the fourth. Tigers lead by 3. And swing and strike 3. Nice off-speed pitch there by Manlin for the 3rd strike. 1 out, 1 on. Brings up Nortman. Nortman steps up at the plate. First pitch outside with the changeup. Ball 1. Fly ball to center field. Cass underneath it, makes the play out in center field for the second out. Easy play for Cassidy out in center. So 2 outs. And Denton still on first. Brings up Clark. Inside, ball 1 to Clark. Line shot over Feaser's head for a single by Clark. So 2-1 now with 2 outs. All right, sorry about that. Back in action here. As I shouldn't have put it against the fence, I guess. So was able to get to that as Rue hit it, I believe, to shortstop over to second for the out. So 3 outs, no runs on 2 hits for the B-Hawks. So top of the 5th with Johnson up to bat. Guess we'll just continue to hold this in the shade. Till we can figure something else out. Maybe I can find a box or something to put in between games or something so we don't have the heat right on the front of it. Because I believe we'll be on the same field and the sun will be hitting just like it is now right on the front for the next game. Only worse. Strike 2. To Johnson. Here's we start the 5th. High fly ball, second base underneath it, calls for it, and catches it for the first out. Johnson out on pop-up to second base, who actually was on the shortstop side when she makes that catch. Brings up Ellie Feaser. Feaser up to bat. Strike 1 to Feaser. One and one. The count to Ellie. Feaser with a shot to left field. Left fielder's underneath it for the second out. She had to go back about 2-3 steps is all. So 2 quick outs for your Tigers. Brings up Dusty Draper. 2 outs here at the top of the 5th. Strike as Dusty lets the first one go by. Ball 1 in the dirt, 1-1. Two and one. Sorry about the camera movement. I was trying to figure out how to hook it on the umbrella here. Where it'll stay where I don't have to hold it, but it stays pretty secure. We'll work on that here in a second. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Draper. Draper with a high fly, also left field. Left fielders underneath it for the 3rd out. So quick 1, 2, 3 for the Tigers as they go down in order. Bottom of the 5, so bottom 5 still 5-2 Tigers. All right, ball in the 5th here. Ball outside as Anderson's up to bat. Strike 1, 1-1, a changeup by Nottingham. High, ball 2, 2-1. Little fly ball to the left field, and we have more over there. Sorry, Churka in right field today. More in left field. With Churka with the catch. 1 quick out. Brings up Martin for the Hawks. High ball 1. Strike at the knees, 1-1. Little fly to Churka again, another out, and outfield by Churka. She didn't even have to move on that one. So 2 quick outs. Brings up Carter. Strike 1 to Carter. Right at the waist. Strike 2 on the changeup to Carter. So Madeline quickly ahead 0-2. high, ball one, 1-2. Madeline throws a high one, hoping Carter would chase there. Foul ball up high and coming over the fence and foul. Count remains 1-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on for Viterbo here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ball low and outside. 2-2 the count. Strike 3 as Carter chases a nice changeup by Madeline there. So 3 up, 3 down for the Hawks. Heading to the 6th. Tigers up by 3. All right, as we start the 6th, Blog will be up to bat. All right, after changes, Blog up to bat. First pitch low, ball 1. Blog with a foul ball back over the screen. Strike 2 down the middle. Blog behind 1-2 in the count. Little blooper right over second base for a single. Inside pitch, Blog was able to muscle that into center field for a single. Brings up Deanna Davidson. She's in for Churka. batting for Churka here. The ball low, 2-0 to Davidson. Blog at first, no outs. Davidson at bat. Low three, ball 3. Ball gets away from catcher, but not far enough for Blog to advance. Stays at first, 3-0. Nice decision by Blog there to stay at first. Strike, so 3-1. Foul ball. Oh, down the right field line. Long way for, and right fielder dives, able to catch that as that drifts foul. So 3-2 the count. High ball 4. Davison works it to a walk. Brings up Muth. Allison at bat. No, Bailey, sorry. Bailey Brown. Thought it was Allison for a minute, but Bailey Brown at the bat with still no outs. She's batting for Lopez, or the other way around. Squares the bunt and misses the bunt attempt. Strike 1. Jabbed at that instead of letting the ball come to the bat. Foul tip back in the catcher's glove for first out. Brings up J.C. T-Bay. 1 out, 2 on. T-Bay to bat. High ball 1. High drive, deep, and gone for a 3-run home run by T-Bay. So add 3 more on, 8-2 after that 3-run home run by J.C. T-Bay. Nice bit of hitting there. Good job by T-Bay. 8-2. Little comfort there after that run. Little cushion. Brings up Ariola now with the bases loaded. Sorry, with the bases empty. Looks like we're going to have a hitter for Ariola here. Yeah, it looks like Olivia Kaiser hitting for Ariola as that kind of bust the game open a little bit. 6-run lead now. So Olivia up to bat. Strike one down the middle. Ball a little outside, 1-1. High, 2-1. Ball three as Olivia works to count in her favor, 3-1, as that pitch misses outside. Ball four high. Olivia goes down to first. One out. Kaiser at first. Brings up Macy Moore. Outside. Oh, strike. I called that one a little too soon. Strike one to Macy. With Olivia at first. One out, 8-2 for your Tigers. High, ball one. 1-1. Strike two. Macy behind 1 ball, 2 strikes in the count. Ball two in the dirt, 2-2. Ball three, low as well. So Macy works the count full, 1 out with Kaiser at first. Macy fouls that pitch back. Foul ball, out of play. Strike three on the inside part. Macy didn't like that call. Goes down looking, brings up Ashton Johnson with 2 outs. Actually won't. Looks like we'll have a pitch hitter for Johnson as well. Linky up to bat. Strike one to Linky on the inside part. 2 outs now with Kaiser still at first. Linky with the drive into left center, caught by the center fielder for the 3rd out. But a 3-run home run by J.C. T-Bay stretches the lead to 6, 8-2, heading in the bottom of the 6th. Thank you. Wholesale changes here in the bottom of the sixth for D-Dub, as looks like Grace Ortmeyer will be at third, Macy Linky at short. Beezer still at second with Olivia Kaiser at first. Davison in left field. Moore into center. And Brown into right, I believe. Madeline and Joe still the pitching and catching. But just about everybody else has changed, it looks like, out in the field. All right, back in action here, bottom of sixth. Watson up to bat for Viterbo. First pitch to her, outside, ball one. Madeline still pitching. Like I've said, sorry about the fence being in the way. That's about the best I can do. Every time I hook at the fence, the sun hits the camera, and after about 5 minutes, we lose internet. But as long as I have an umbrella with me, it seems like we're good. Over Davison ranges back. Nice play by Deanna Davison as she ranges back and to the left for the nice catch on that hit by Watson. So one quick out. Brings up Denton. Strike one to Denton. Strike two on the changeup by Madeline. Nice pitch there. So Denton quickly in the hole, 0-2. Foul back. 0-2 remains the count. Down low. 1-2. Ball two on the inside part of the plate. 2-2 to Denton. Flying shot in the gap. That'll be a double for Denton, at least. Looks like she'll hold it second stand-up double for Denton, as that was in the left center field gap. So one out. Denton stands on second. Brings up Jacobs. Jacobs will be pitch hitting for the Hawks. Strike one, as Jacobs lets that one go by. Fly ball to right field. Back is Davison. Davison missed. Sorry, not Davison. Brown drops the ball. So runners on first and third now after that drop ball by Davison. Looks like she took her eye off it, see where the runner was going by the time it went into her mitt. So one out, two on now. Number 16, Sutton, in for the Hawks. Nice pitch by Madeline. Off-speed pitch down the middle for first ball strike. Runners at the corner for the Hawks. One out. Sutton up to bat. Foul off that swing by Sutton. On fast third base, 0-2. High, ball one, 1-2. Strike three as Sutton goes down swinging on that nice, looked like a drop ball there by Mandolin. So 2 outs, 2 on. Brings up number 15, Clark, for Viterbo. Change up for a strike. Been a nice pitch for Nightingale today as a change up. Kept them off balance, hitters off balance. Little line shot and foul down the first base line. Just drifted fair by a foot or two. That means foul by a foot or two. So Clark quickly in the hole, 0-2. Runner still on the corners for Viterbo. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swing and strike three. Nice job of Madeline. Reared back and threw that one by Clark for the 3rd out. So 1 hit, 1 error. 2 left on base. No runs for Viterbo here in the bottom of the 6th. So they go to the 7th with your Tigers up 8-2. All right. Back action here in the top of the 7th. Looks like Kershaw up to bat. Number 18. Let's first 2 go by. Ball 2. As she able to hold up on that pitch. Strike on at the knees. 1-2 the count to Kershaw. Fouls that one out of play. 2-2. Sorry for the wibbly. After a while, after holding this for the last hour and a half, arms are getting a little tired. So sorry about the wiggles. Full count as KK able to lay off that pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Foul. Past third base. Count remains 3-2. Strike 3 on the outside corner. KK goes down looking. Brings up Ortmeyer. Grace up to bat with 1 out, no 1 on. Grace swings at a high one, strike 1. Strike 2 as she swings through the next pitch. Grace quickly in the hole, 0-2. Ball down low in the dirt. 1-2 the count to Grace. Down low, 2-2. The high, 3-2. Count 3-2 to Ortmeyer with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. No 1 on. Grace hits a single. Sharp single to left field beyond first base with that single. Brings up Blog. Blog, one of the few regulars still left in the lineup. Little squibbler down the third base line, but foul. Joe in the hole, 0-1. Foul straight back, 0-2 count. Up high, 1-2. Strike 3, Blog strikes out. And Ortmeyer makes it a second on the steal as block strikes out on the inside pitch. Brings up Davison. First pitch, Davison, high fly, left field, ranging way in, is left fielder make that catch for the third out. So after 6.5, 8-2, Tigers ahead. Looks like Will Wine will go into pitch here in the 7th for D-Dub. Kaiser still at first. Feeser at second. Linky at short. Ortmeyer at third with Davison. I want to say that's maybe Napola. Nope, that is Moore in center field and Brown in right field. All right, Will Ryan up pitching. Can't quite see the number of the batter right here. First pitch low in the dirt. Batting for the V-Hawks is number 17, Kohler. Strike, knee-high fastball. Count goes ones. Just a little outside. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Ball 3, 3-1 is that missed outside. One hopper to Linky at short, over to Kaiser for the first out, 1 out. With Anderson coming up to bat. Anderson up bat, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch in there for a strike. Sorry. Sometimes my hands get a little off there. So 0-1 the count. Line shot to left field, right at Davison though for the second out. So 2 quick outs here as Anderson flies out. Brings up 19. Martin hitting for the Hawks. Strike on the pitch. Yes. So strike 1 to Martin. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll play again against Mayville State right within a few minutes after this game, half hour after they take a quick break. And the umpires take a break as well. High fly down third base line and foul as Davison able to get to that. So 1-2 the count. Little hit to first. Kaiser with a nice pickup, and Thieser steps on base for the third out. So 8-2 victory here for your Tigers. Back in action in a few.